I choose joy. For ones that I hold dear, I choose joy. I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy. I choose joy. For everybody to be free. I choose joy. Good morning. Let's all stand. Welcome to Unity of the Keys, and we're going to start with our opening song, which is Spirit-Led, Spirit-Fed. And those songs that I started off with, I know some of you may have been like, there's still some clouds up there, but we're putting that positive thought out there, and that we're looking towards the light, and brighter and shinier days are coming. So let's all sing together, Spirit-Led and Spirit-Fed. Again. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Flowing like a river of peace, I am nature's wondering child. Love cannot be added to me, I am made complete. In the divine, I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. There's magic in every day, like a beautiful song. As I'm choosing my way, there's a voice inside to guide me along. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. Again, I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I am spirit-led, spirit-fed, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. I said, everywhere and always I am spirit-led, everywhere and always I am spirit-led. You may be seated.
Good morning, good morning. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for that, Tim. That was great. I'm so happy to have you with us this morning. We've missed you. So my name is Suzanne. Good morning. It's my blessing to welcome you to our Unity of the Keys Sunday service today in person or live stream on Facebook, YouTube, and Zoom. We know there's no separation in God. We feel our spiritual connection with you now and always. We are one in the divine. So it's a really good time right now. If you would, turn off your cell phone, mute your microphone if you're on Zoom, please. So I'd like to ask, is there anyone here for the first time? Anybody here? Okay, it's back in the back. So welcome. The usher is going to bring you a little welcome pack. So welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming in. And hopefully, maybe you've done Whitestone's ceremonies before, but this is my favorite service of the year. I look forward to this every year. I think it's a great way to start the new year also. So I'd like you to join me in our mission statement. Please together. Unity of the Keys is a spiritual community celebrating our oneness with God. And our vision statement. Together, we see humanity awake to its divinity, fully experiencing love, peace, and abundance. Thank you. So I'd like to ask the usher to bring the prayer box forward. He's keeping him busy back there. All right. So would everybody please stand for our opening prayer? We come together this Sunday to celebrate our oneness with God and each other. We open our minds and our hearts to each other and the words and music of this service. We accept the inspiration, the joy, the love, the wisdom being offered to us today. We are grateful to be together in unity and peace. We allow divine love to well up in us and overflow, and we shine our light in all ways, making the world a better place. Amen. So this is our namaste time. Please greet your neighbor. You can just greet them from a distance. And namaste is our acknowledging each other with love. Thank you. All right, so you can go ahead and sit down. If you would join me in our statement of being now, please. Together. There's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. So now our Joey, one more time. Come on back, please. He's going to read the daily word for us. Thank you.
Good morning. Okay, the day of the word is prosperity. I claim prosperity now. When I feel tempted to wish for a more prosperous life, I remember my prosperity begins at the level of my thinking. I focus my thoughts on the many blessings already in my life and feel grateful. From this place of gratitude, it becomes easy to notice more and more blessings all around me. This awareness helps me develop an attitude of prosperity. I tend to my thoughts of prosperity as though they are flowers in a garden. I plant them in good soil and nurture them with water and sunshine. This rich environment allows prospering ideas to take root and grow. As I nurture these ideas, I am abundantly blessed in life, health, and joy. They feast on abundance of your house and give them drink from the river of your delights. Psalms 36:8. Thank you.
Today, during our time of normally sing the Lord's Prayer, but here's a prayer that we want to offer you today. Oh, fill me with thy presence, Lord, that love may shine through me, to quicken that same presence, Lord, in all whose eyes can see. Oh, fill me with thy presence, Lord, that wisdom may be mine, to share thy light with all who need, that their all might shine. Oh, fill me with thy presence, Lord, to guide what power I will, that it my ever strength and good, and be
Thank you, Tim. That was beautiful. So now I'd like to welcome Reverend Daybree to do our White Stone ceremony.
Good morning. Morning. And so here we are. Here we are in this new year. It is a time for new beginnings. It is time for a fresh start. And it is appropriate this morning, given what we have experienced this week, for us to pause and unite together now in prayer. And so if you would join me by just closing your eyes for a moment. In this moment of civil unrest, we call ourselves to our God consciousness. We speak the word for harmony. We speak the word for order. We speak the word for love. We remember that even when we find ourselves distressed, when we find ourselves confused, that we return to that center where we know who we are and where we can serve humanity by remaining grounded in love, by remaining grounded in the truth of our being, by remembering that there is nothing, no person, no situation, no force greater than the power of God. And we hold firm to that knowing now, today, and always. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. And so this is a special day today. This is a special day, for it's the second Sunday in January, and we join together today with Unity Centers all across the world. All across the world in this wonderful ritual of the White Stone ceremony, of the naming our focus, our intention, our divine name for the new year. Last week we did our burning bowl and our letters to God, and through the burning bowl service we released those thoughts, those feelings, those beliefs that were not serving us, including those thoughts and those beliefs about ourselves, those negative thoughts, those name calling, those things less than who we are. And then through our letter to God, we affirmed our truth. We affirmed the goodness that we are and that everyone else is as well. And the white stone ceremony that we're doing today, the white stone symbolically represents a new beginning, a fresh start, a clean slate. And we know that words have power. We know that in Unity, that words have power. And so we intentionally choose a word or a name or a phrase that we allow to have that meaning for us in this new year, that we give that power to. It's our focus for the new year. Now, we love naming as humans. We are naming creatures. We are meaning makers. And initially we start naming things because there's so much in our world, and our being is impacted by all these senses and just everything around us. And so we name to make things easier. We name to calm our brain so that we can remember that's a tree and that's a table and that's a book. And so we name. And it's also fun to name, to give meaning to, when we are doing it intentionally. And of course we name our children, and we're not haphazard about that. We give great thought. Even the names we give to our pet companions are meaningful to us. And then there's the naming that we just do for fun. All right, how many of you out there name your cars? Yeah, name your cars. And I don't know how we started this practice when my children were little. We named our Christmas trees. I don't know why. Don't know how that started, but I do remember Gwyneth. because I've never known a Gwyneth, but I love the name. And to me, Gwyneth means someone very regal. And this tree was very regal. Uh, love naming things. Benny, my husband and I, we always have a home gym. And the one that we had in St. Petersburg, we used to have this little chameleon, this lizard that would hang out. So of course he had to be named Rocky. And when we lived on the premises there at Unity Village, there were these, I'm not sure what they were, hedgehogs? I don't know. They were very large creatures, shy creatures that would wander around the campus. And the one that hung out with us, we named him Pedro. Of course, right across the field was Mark Fuss's house, and he named him something else. And at the student hotel, they had a different name for our Pedro. And it reminded me of the movie Lady and the Tramp, where the tramp tells Lady that he has 7 families. He visits one every day of the week, and so he had 7 names. And we all have several names. We have our first names, we have our nicknames, we have our names from birth, our names of choice. We might be called honey or sweetheart or dear, or mom or dad or gramps, or all sorts of names, Mr., Mrs., Ms., Miss. It reminds me of a story. Just a few months ago, our daughters were visiting, and they brought our 2 grandchildren with them, the 4-year-old and 2-year-old. And Benny and I hike right up the hill from our house, and there's some houses being built up there. And so because we're up there so often, we speak to and wave at the builder and a lot of the workers up there. And so when the kids were here, we hiked up there, and the builder looked out and saw us, and he laughed. He said, "Oh, you're a grandma." And the 2-year-old, in all her indignant power, let him know hers Nana. Nana was my name, not grandma. We love the names that are endearing. And it's been proven through brain research that our first name or our chosen name actually is so precious to us that when we hear it spoken, there are centers in our brain, both in the interior and the posterior of our brain, that fire up a dozen or more, spark up when we hear our name spoken. That is how precious our name is to us. Well, today we're going to choose a new name, and it may represent a new concept or one of the concepts that we have for ourselves. And we released in the burning bowl those concepts of ourselves that did not serve us. And so today we're going to set this intention by naming our true nature, our divine self. We're going to see it as our North Star for 2021. And this is more, so much more than an intellectual experience. Now, the history of the white stone, historians have many ways of explaining how the white stone was used, especially in Roman times. A white stone was sometimes given to the winner of some sort of athletic game. White stones were given to dignitaries who would visit a city. White stones were given to individuals as tickets to a banquet or to an event. But the way we look at the white stone most usually on this day is that in the courts, the magistrate had stones before them, white stones and black stones. And when someone was arrested and thrown into prison, when it was their time to come before the magistrate would listen to the story and then choose a stone. If the prisoner was given the white stone, that was a sign that they were found not guilty and were then set free, versus a black stone, which meant guilty and you were going back to prison. And so the white stone represents for us this freedom, this clean slate, getting out of prison. And so we take this opportunity every year to look at metaphysically, what prisons have we created for ourselves within our own minds that we now choose to set ourselves free from? What are we releasing ourselves from our self-imposed prison. And the idea of a new name is all through both the Hebrew scriptures and the Christian scriptures, the Old and the New Testament. It's part of biblical mythology, where when an individual has a significant change, a change in their relationship with God, that a new name may be given. We saw it with Abram to Abraham, from Sarai to Sarah, from Jacob to Israel, from Simon to Peter, and from Saul to Paul. Choosing a new name. When there's been a significant change in our understanding of our spiritual path, of our relationship with God. And this morning, the scripture that we love to delve into for the White Stone Ceremony is found in Revelation. It is the 2nd chapter, and it's the 17th verse. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. To him who conquers, I will give some of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone with a new name written on the stone, which no one knows except him who receives it. We love this passage because it is so rich metaphysically. We start with who has an ear to hear. We know we're talking about the ear of the soul, where we're able to hear that still small voice. The ear that is open and receptive to the speakings of the divine, to the stirrings, to the urgings of the divine. And the manna, the bread of life, the word of God, that's the inner substance. The white stone, we've just talked about being freedom, also represents purity, a white stone. This foundation is faith. And the new name is the concept of ourself, which is an ever-changing, ever-growing concept that we have of ourselves and our relationship to God. Seeing our true self, realizing our inner potential is truly the substance of life, the bread of life, manna. And so we prepare now to move into the meditation for our white stone ceremony. I want to ask if everyone has their white stone. If you do not have a white tile, if you'd raise your hand so the ushers can bring you one. And for those at home, if you have stopped by the church and gotten your white stone, or maybe you have one from your yard, and if it's too cold where you are, maybe you're going to write the name down on a piece of paper and convert it later to a white stone. So does everyone have one? Excellent. Excellent. Okay, as we prepare to move into this meditation, Tim is going to share some music with us.
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release. In this holy silence I find God. I find myself.
Thank you, Tim. Now if you would take your stone in your hand, feel the stone in your hand. If you have one of the tiles from the church, the stone came to us from Hebron, Israel. It's called a Jerusalem stone, and it has traveled many miles to rest in the palm of your hand. Just as you have traveled many miles on your own unique path to this place today. A white stone represents a fresh start, a clean slate. It is full of promise, of potentiality, of expectancy. Feel the energy of the stone, the texture, feel the uneven places, for we each have those so-called imperfections, and they make us perfectly who we are, just as your stone is perfect. We are each in bondage to something, fears, to doubts, to deeply rooted beliefs of limitations, or perhaps false ideas of grandiosity, tricking ourselves into thinking we're past all that. None of us are past all that. None of us are permanently free from moments of fears or doubts. It's all part of our human experience for all of us. The white stone in your hand signifies your freedom, freedom from bondage of old thoughts and beliefs. We are told that those who move forward with faith, a new name is given. And so now, if you're comfortable holding your stone, simply close your eyes. I'll let you know when it's time to open them to write on your stone. Simply close your eyes or gaze on something softly before you as we meditate on our new name. For each of us have overcome adversity. Allow my words to be yours. I have freed myself to live more fully. I have freed myself to be conscious of the activity of the whole Spirit of God in the creative life force and in every aspect of my life. I am now free from limiting thoughts about myself, about each other, limiting thoughts about my world. Each time I look at my white stone, I realize that I have the gift of choice, the gift to live differently, to live a more fulfilling life, to begin again, to connect and to reconnect with God and to co-create with God. The book of Revelation does tell us that the white stone carries a new name, a spiritual identity, and a deeper awareness of God in me. No one in the entire universe except me and God knows what this new name is, but it will come to me to be lived out, to be expressed, to be embodied as me. It is what God essence is calling me to do or to be. It is a whisper. It is a whisper from my soul that I am so much more than I have ever let come into expression until this point. And so I begin to reflect on a new name or a word or a phrase. I let it come to me easily without trying to make it happen. I let this new name mark a new beginning for me. I feel the stone in my hand and I hear it beckon to me. For Spirit has decreed to me, for me, a name to be written on the stone. What will my life be called? What do I choose as my intention? Do I choose freedom from thoughts of limitation? What is the essence of who I want to express? What do I want to be more of this year? What do I need to learn? What attribute is being called forth to be expressed this year in a deeper, more meaningful way? Who or what am I being called to be? Where do I need to grow? How do I want to live? What am I drawn to give? I will know when the new word comes to me. I may have already thought of an attribute. It may change. I will know when Spirit gives me the name for my stone. And so, as you're guided by Spirit, I invite you to allow yourself to hear the new name that God has for you. Open your heart and your mind to this deep, intuitive knowing in the silence. In the silence. If a name has come to you, stay quiet and allow yourself to ask for a deeper understanding. Ask if there's any steps that you need to take. In this moment, allow yourself to simply open to Spirit to say, God in me reveals my true essence. God in me reveals my next steps. God as me lives a joyous, peaceful, fulfilling life. And a thankfulness flows over us as we receive our new name. For along with it comes the power and the guidance to achieve all that we desire. This is our new name. We see it, we decree it. We are on the path to gaining greater insights and awareness and mark a new beginning. When you are ready, open your eyes and write upon your stone, and I am grateful. And Tim?
In the silence there is peace. In the silence there is unspoken joy. In the silence there's release from a world filled with chaos and noise. And I await
Thank you, Tim. And so this experience of the white stone has revitalized us for this new year. We have our new name. We see it. We feel it. We decree it. And we be it. And we now move into the portion of our service where we're going to participate, if you so choose, with a prayer partner tradition. For this year, we continue with this 20-plus tradition, 20-year plus. It was introduced by our own Minister Emeritus, Reverend Evelyn Casper. It is grounded in Unity's fundamental belief in the power of prayer, of knowing that our thoughts are prayers, every thought is a prayer, and that each one of us have the innate ability to pray for one another. And the process is very simple. You will choose to participate in this tradition if you are willing to allow someone to hold you in prayer for the next 12 months, and if you are willing to hold someone else in prayer for the next 12 months. Your commitment is this, that you are willing, perhaps once a week, to stop and to hold in prayer that person's whose name has been chosen as your prayer partner. Envision them in light and in wholeness. You may have been given information from them about what they would like for you to hold in prayer, or you can simply just hold them in wholeness, see them bathed in white light. You may choose to write a simple affirmation or an email to send to them, or a text, if you have that information and if you're comfortable doing so. And know that someone else is holding you in prayer. They may be responding to what you have asked for to be held in prayer, or they may simply be holding you in the light. If you choose to participate today, please find the opportunity to tell your prayer partner who you are. And hopefully, the person who chose you will let you know as well. You continue this practice for a whole year. The person that selected your name is going to hold you in prayer until next January, when they decide if they'll participate again. And you will hold the person that you have selected until next January, when we have the prayer partner process again. Thank you for joining in this wonderful tradition if you choose to do so. But before you decide, perhaps you're not quite sure, we have a message this year from Kathy Sempert.
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say that the prayer partner experience has just been so wonderful. And when I first started Unity, what I was attracted to was the prayer and meditation part of it. And then Reverend Evelyn, introduced me to this prayer partner idea. So I thought, oh, what the heck, might as well try it, And I started doing it, 30 years ago or so. And I think that one of the things that's so beautiful is that it's very intimate. And when you share a person's whatever they might want, or you're praying for them, it's a very intimate personal connection. And what happened for me was there were people coming to church, and you probably have this too, where you know their face, but you don't really know them. And I remember one of my first prayer partners was Herman DeBoer. And I didn't really know him at all. But every Sunday, I told him, oh, I'm your prayer partner. And he was pretty elderly at that time. And he would be like, when I would come to church, we would see each other and I would give him a big hug. And it was just like, expanded my church world and my church family. One year I had our Janet, and we used to text each other. Like, so you're in the middle of a work day, say, and you're just like, oh, geez, it's an okay day, but really. And then I would get a text, God loves you and I'm here for you. And it was so uplifting. So what I'm saying is that you just don't know. And the other thing, it really builds our church. It builds our community because our connections become more intimate and more close. And through our prayers and through knowing each other on that level, it's a really great experience. So I highly recommend it. But I was just over there at church to get my stone and I forgot to put my name. So I hope to be included. But I would say, I think that was the main thing that I really wanted to say was on an intimate level, it really connects you with different people in the church. I still, and I don't stop praying for them. I keep them. So as Deborah was saying today at Silent Unity, we often keep praying. And I would see Janet, I'm like, I'm not giving you up. I'm sorry, but I'm going to keep praying for you. So it's a win-win. So thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Kathy. Thank you. And we will find a way. I'm sure Mary Ellen and Liz have already thought about this, but we'll find a way to match up folks who are on Zoom or online to participate in this as well. And so this would be the time now, if you haven't already, to fill out that prayer partner form if you want to participate in this program. And Tim's going to share a wonderful song for us while we do this.
Each new day brings, when in every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life and love your dreams, you will do amazing things. Amazing, you will do amazing things. Amazing, you will do amazing all the places you will go and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how, you don't need to know that now. You're on the right track, no need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings, you will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing, 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 you will do amazing things. Amaz come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Would you sing this with me? Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. We're going to sing it one more time. This time I want you to sing, I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. I will do amazing things. We will do amazing things.
Okay, so if you all have finished your prayer partnerships, I'm going to ask the usher to one more time. Come pick them up. I have one also. And then you can select your prayer partner. From the basket. And those that are joining us virtually will be notified of their prayer partner. So I'd like to take this time to thank everyone who contributes to this service, their time, their talents. There's so many that make this a wonderful service. Thank you, Tim, for the music today. Can we give him a hand? I think that was awesome. Yeah, really, really beautiful. And Joey, the usher, Mike doing sound back there, Kevin doing all the technical side, Kim also doing the filming, Mary Ellen in the back that makes everything work and come together. It's quite a team effort here, so we appreciate you. So will our usher please come forward? This is the time in our service when we have the opportunity to practice tithing. Tithing is joyfully giving to people and places that spiritually feed and inspire us. And we think that Unity, I believe that Unity is doing this for me personally and for all of us, feeding and inspiring us. So I'd like you to ask you to hold your tithe in your hand, to hold it to your heart, and visualize your electronic tithe. Bless this with your most generous love. Feel the abundance and know God as our one source. Know that as we give, we do receive. And join me in our offering blessing. Together, divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you.
Bring it on, everything new, everything different. everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I'm through crying, and I'm through waiting. I'm through hoping against all hope. And I'm through longing for something gone that'll never return. I think I finally learned to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's going to be everything new. And I'm through grieving, and I'm through dreaming that the life I had is ever coming back. I'm no more wishing on someone else's star that'll never be mine. I think it's time to bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. And I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's going to be everything new. And I've survived many times before a broken heart and slamming doors. And I'll be alright, yes I will, once more, just as I did back then. I'm gonna rise again, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything new. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new, so bring it on. Everything new, everything different, everything true. I am ready for my next thing to do. Oh, I know it's gonna be everything new. I know it's gonna be everything new. I am ready for my next thing to do. I know it's gonna be everything new.
Thank you, Tim. I think you knocked it out of the park with that one. That was really awesome. Great way to start the new year as well.
Thank you, Reverend Daybree, for asking me to do that.
Yes, yes, yes. Great choice. So I'd like to ask the usher to come forward again, please. We gratefully accept and we bless this offering, knowing it supports our beloved Unity of the Keys and its mission. So please join me. Together, thank you, God, for goodness, abundance, the nature of the world. I trust in God. Amen. Thank you. So as you know, Unity of the Keys practices tithing. We give 10% of our weekly income to people and organizations that spiritually feed and inspire us. We share our goods so others may continue to share their blessings. So this week we are sending $302.11 to Reverend Emeritus Evelyn Casper. Yay! She's the founder of Unity of the Keys. She continues to guide and inspire our path by holding our congregation in light and prayer. Thank you for your love, Reverend Evelyn. So I'd like to ask Nancy Callahan to come up. She's got an announcement she'd like to make. But before that, I'd also like to ask Nancy Mishka. Hang on, Nancy.
Each year for the past 21 years, the Community Foundation of the Florida Keys has recognized people in our community with their Unsung Hero Celebration and asked charitable nonprofit organizations to nominate a person from their organization to receive this honor. The virtual celebration will be held Friday, February the 5th from 12 till 1, and that's of course in the afternoon. This year, Unity of the Keys has nominated Nancy Callahan. Our dear Miss Nancy blesses our Unity of the Keys community with her organizational and people skills honed through a career in human resources. Her retirement to the Keys has not slowed her enthusiasm to celebrate people and to be a light in others' lives, especially ours. Nancy is our volunteer coordinator, overseeing the many volunteers who contribute their time and talents to Unity, scheduling, making personal calls, writing letters, creating handcrafted awards for our Volunteer of the Month, and sharing her inspirational lessons at our Sunday service. Nancy continually blesses us all. We are proud to recognize Nancy as our hero.
You're next.
Now my turn. No. Well, that was truly a surprise and very much appreciated. It's been a real blessing to be part of everything going on. So, it's that time of the month again. It's January, and we're looking for an outstanding volunteer, someone who really has given above and beyond. And certainly with COVID, people get a lot of opportunity here to give above and beyond because there aren't that many of us attending every Sunday. So it's a great appreciation I have for those who say yes. And our volunteer for the month of January has been with Unity of the Keys. I don't know exactly how long, but they say she's been here since around the Duck Avenue days. She is a boat captain and once had her own boat named Namaste. She is still crewing on charters. She's a yoga teacher and loves dancing. I've selected her as our volunteer of the month because whenever I ask for help, she says yes. And you know that is music to my ears as volunteer coordinator. When we wanted to relocate the lending library, she helped Mary Ellen, Keith, and I move all the books from the back of the fellowship hall to our new spot in the front classroom. And when it became time to organize the books after the move, she was there to help. When we needed someone to read the daily word and usher, there she was. And when she was asked to be platform assistant, she went through training and is performing that important job very nicely. And you can see now how easy it was for me to name Trish Daly, Master of Yes. So we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. And crafted creation here is, there it is, 99.9% pure yes.
I love that 99.9% pure yes. That's great. All right, so I have a few announcements to make. Next week, Reverend Daybree Thoms is going to be will begin the first of a series of lessons titled Welcoming the Unwelcome, Thriving Together in Turbulent Times. And I don't know about you, but I am really looking forward to hearing that. I think it's I personally need to hear about that topic. Reverend Daybree has announced some events for 2021 and how to contact her. Wednesday evening meditation services are going to be from 6 to 6:30 p.m. via Zoom. If you go to our website, unityofthekeys.org/meetings, you can get the connection to those. The next member classes will begin on January 13th and 20th, also on Zoom from 6:30 to 7:45. You can learn more about Unity of the Keys, and determine if membership is for you. And so that'll be those Wednesday evenings. You can contact the office for more information. Our annual membership meeting is Sunday, January 31st at 12:30. It's also going to be on live stream. There's member renewal forms. You should have gotten them in the mail, but I think they have them here, I'm sure, also. And you need to return that filled out so that you can vote. Spiritual education and enrichment classes will be each 5 weeks long, 2 hours per class session, and they can be taken for SEE credit or not for credit, and they will be scheduled. Recommitment ceremony following the Sunday service on February 14th is a Valentine's commitment to love. So I'm sure there's going to be more about that on the website as well. Our Easter sunrise service is going to be at Smathers Beach on Sunday, April 4th. I know it's a ways out there, but I think it's a great thing to look forward to, and I'm visioning Reverend Daybree being here, physically here with us, so that'll be really a special service. SOS food distribution continues this week on Thursday at 1 p.m. at Unity. If anyone you know is in need of nourishing meal 1 day per week, contact Robin Beatty, she's there. You can also contact her on 305-304-7451, or you can email her. And we'd like to deliver more meals. Unity of the Keys is happy to welcome back to the youth to our Sunday service, Sunday Children's Church. Miss Lee, she always does an amazing job with the kids, so we hope to see more kids coming back. The Zoom Silent Unity Prayer with Aaron Andes is happening on Sunday mornings at 10:30, and you can submit your prayer requests in the blue forms. They're in the back of your seats. The prayer box is in the back on the credenza. So also, they've asked me to let you all know that Sally Dodd is currently receiving hip surgery at Terrence Health Rehabilitation until January 18th, and I think the address was going to come up. I'm not sure if we have that address. No. Okay. And Dan Hatch, I know I've been wondering about him. I heard a little snippet last week, but I understand that he is now home. And the message I got was he would appreciate phone calls, but he won't guarantee to always answer the phone. So I love that. All right, so I think that's it for announcements. Could I get you all to rise? We're going to do the Peace Song of Prayer Protection.
Peace
Great
Thank you,
job.
Daybree. That was wonderful service. Thank you.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Awesome classy music.
Love the music.
Hey, Monica.
Hey,
Hi, Marianne.
How are you?
Yes. Hey,
Are you in
Monica.
Key West?
Yeah. Yep, we're in Key West, but we're really isolating here. I have some underlying health problems, so I want to stay out of it. And Ray's stuck with me, so he has to stay
Okay.
out of it too.
All right. You're lucky to have each other like that. Yeah.
I'm very blessed. Yes, we're blessed. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm proud of you guys going out and getting your vaccinations. Good for you.
Yeah. It was kind of a fluke, I think, that, we got it so early, but
Absolutely.
I'm going with it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And you're feeling okay? You're doing all right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Yeah.
Good.
So, I like watching